so my name is Naina and I'm here to introduce Ella, who is actually from Menlo-Atherton High School. She's not from Castille, and she's a ninth grader. So this is actually my second time being a mentor through Magic, so I'm relatively new to this, and it was great working with Ella. We created an iOS app. This is the first time I myself created an iOS app, so I was also very excited when it first time worked on it. I was like, wow, this is something that I can actually use. It was actually very awesome working with Ella. She was one of the people who used to keep me on point, saying that, hey, we have to finish this. It's been 3-4 days. We have to do all of these different things. And so she made sure that I was doing everything from my part, and that was awesome. So we can have her present now.
So I'm Ella, I'm the independent, and I'm in 9th grade at Menlo-Atherton. So my mentor is Naina, and she works at DNA Nexus, which is a startup in Mountain View, and it helps people by analyzing their DNA to connect with their heritage and understand its importance. And she is a computational biologist there, and she is from India, and she likes to sketch to help her relax in her free time. So our project was called Easy Invest, and what it does is it's sort of like a stock market, but we felt like that industry was sort of like really expanded into, so we tried to come up with something creative, and so we came up with the stock market for houses, and its UI is really simple. It's just sort of like a scroll, and you can click on house you want. But the idea is if you click on it, that you'll be able to get more details on it, and then decide if you'd like to invest in it or not. And we selected this because it was just a topic that really interested both of us, and we both wanted to try our hand at making an app, which neither of us have done before. So we learned a lot about, we used Xcode to make our app, and we used the Swift language, and we learned a lot through online tutorials, which were called Code with Chris, and I also learned a lot about thinking about the UI and especially the user experience and how that works into an app. And I've never really thought about having to put that into code before. And in the future, we plan to improve on our UX by making it sort of more like a Zillow design. Like you'll be able to look at the map and click on houses by that to get more details instead of scrolling, but we didn't really know how to get that technology into our experience. My magical experience. So what I've loved is my interest in computer science has grown, especially through working with Naina, because she's very supportive, and I didn't feel as intimidated as I did at first, because in the beginning I feel like when you think of like computer science, it's just a really big field, and it's a lot like I just didn't know that much about it, and through learning more about it and getting into like a specific zone, it was very interesting. And I now feel less intimidated, and I'm going to be taking this computer science elective next year to expand into this. And so we faced a lot of challenges through this, mostly because we didn't know much about making an app. And so at first we used the official Apple tutorials for Xcode, and they were very outdated. I think they were from like 2016, and so a lot of the things didn't correspond with the updated Xcode version. And so after trying that for a little bit, they were just very long and complicated. We decided to switch to some like little quizzes about Swift language and some online tutorials and videos about Xcode, where we learned how to make a simple like game. And then from there, we expanded with that knowledge to make what we have right now. And Xcode is also very complicated, and it requires a lot of sort of figuring out how to do it, and adding constraints to everything is really challenging because it malfunctions a lot, and then debugging it's really hard because it's not super specific with what's wrong, so you sort of have to backtrack a lot. But it was really fun learning about it. And so this is what our looks like right now. So we used a prototype cell to make all of these, so those are all just little versions of those. And then once you click, so you can add that through code. And then once you click on it in the final version, it can expand into one of these, which we do not have a picture of, but it is done. And in that, you can see the bigger picture of a house, details about the house, and there's an invest button. And so this is the code we did. So you can see that it has like variables with the names of the houses in it, and then that goes into the first variable, which is at the top, and then those are the rest of the variables. And this is just sort of more like clarification and like telling the computer what to do. And so, thank you.